So during rifle season last year, I shot a buck. He's not huge, but I wanted to keep his antlers, and I'm trying the burial technique. It's now just about September, and this is where I buried him. So I'm going to go ahead and pull him out of here, out of the ground, and see what it turned out like. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube that have buried their skulls like this in order to clean them underground with the bacteria and the bugs and the worms and everything. So we'll see how this turns out. See, I put all this on here to keep any ne'er-do-wells from getting in there and chewing on them. I also covered the horns, or the antlers rather, in aluminum foil to maybe keep rodents if they got in there from working on them. So I'm braving the ticks and the poison ivy here and seeing if we can get to this while I'm holding the camera. I didn't want to drag a tripod down here. No reason for that. Well, it was pretty well sealed. There's the antler sticking out there. I'm hoping I can just pull it out of there, but I might have to actually go up there and get a shovel. Let's see. Oh yeah, it'll come out, I think. Problem's going to be if that bottom jaw and the teeth and stuff stay down there. I'm going to have to do some excavation, but let's see how this works here. Well, that's going to all come out at once. It looks like I've retained all of it. So I'm going to go wash this guy down and see how he comes out. There's no odor whatsoever. Looks like everything's eaten off of there. And if it's not, when I'm washing it off, I'll just put it back underground. So, see you in a minute. Here's a little closer look in the shade where it's not too over or underexposed. Every single tooth is still intact. They are loose, so I'll pull them out of there and glue them back in when I'm done. But the skull looks good. I wanted to bury it because you get this dark kind of color to it, especially from what I've heard, if you bury them in an oak forest. That's what I did. The tannins in the oak leaves are what they say adds to the tannins in the soil that leach down through it and give it this color. So we will soon see every little tiny feather bone and tiny little sinus cavity bone is still there. There's no odor whatsoever. Looks great. So I think it's time to see if all this comes off here really nice. This is the finished product thus far. The finished cleaned product anyway. I did have to use some detergent on it to get the corpse grease off. But that's all. The water did 99% of the cleaning for me. As you saw, everything came right off. There is absolutely no detectable odor whatsoever. This thing is super clean. I really like the color. That the soil or whatever staining was responsible for that. I'm going to guess it was the soil. The bones join really well. It's just a really cool color. And again, perfectly clean. All the corpse grease is off just from brushing it with some Dawn. The water did the rest of it. There's, like I said, there's no smell whatsoever. I'm really pleased with this. So from November, rifle season, I buried the whole head. All I did is cut the ears off and, you know, separated the neck bone. That's all I did. There was hide, eyes, everything on this thing, even the tongue. So this is what happens in Oklahoma after about 8 or 9 months.